your faith? Or is your environment taking a toll on your personal decisions and choices you have to make? Then listen to the program For Call of Faith by Dr. Gidado Taufik Mikdad every Friday, 3 p.m. and Monday, 3 p.m. on Armed Forces of Nigeria Radio Service, 107.7 FM, Voice of the Nigerian Military, as it promises to be direct, educative, and motivational. Inshallah, don't miss out.
My life is frozen. I need your help. Cause people always let me down.
Alright, you're welcome back to the next segment of our program, Call of Faith, on Armed Forces Radio 107.7 FM Abuja. And on the second segment of our program today, last week we were talking about the solutions to marital conflict, and we tried to talk about the wife's role in bringing solution to problems of marriage. Let me say quickly here that conflicts in marriages are inevitable. Part of the dynamics of marriage is that occasionally there will be conflict. But sadly, you don't have to allow the conflict to escalate to the extent that it boomerangs to beyond what you can manage as a couple. And that was why last week we started by enumerating what husband and wife can do, and we spoke extensively on what the woman in the house can do. And we did say that today we're going to be talking about what the man can do and should do to have a conflict-free marriage. And the truth be told here that the key area of a man's role in the house is to crush his ego. You know, most of the things that bring conflict in the house is disrespectful demeanor on the part of the husband to the wife. And one of the things is that when a husband sees the wife as literally another house help, she must cook the food, she must bath the baby, she must clean the house, she must wash the clothes, she must, hey, excuse me, did you say you excuse me, did you say you marry your wife or you employed her as a house help? So if it is true that you married your wife, you need to be humble. Nobody is struggling with you, Oga husband. Now you be the husband. Yes, we agreed, you are the husband. But be humble. In order to have conflict-free family, be humble in the treatment of your wife. Don't treat your wife with disrespect. And in humility, you can bring your wife closer to you by winning her heart and her mind. Softness is the key. Many men believe that it is the bragado that makes a woman to be humble. Not lie, oh. They will just look you. So you don't finish your film, and when they watch you, they make film. They look at you. And truth be told that to win the heart of a woman, you need to bring yourself a little low. Humble yourself, and you will get the best out of your wife. And you will have conflict-free marriage, conflict-free home. And even if there is, because you are humble, your wife will be free to come to tell you. And we're going to be getting to that on the closing segment of this program today, if time permits, because we have to, having talked about the wife last week, now we're talking about the husband. We have to talk about the couple together. What do they do? What should they do together to have a conflict-free marriage? Number two, you must be caring. Women love men who cares about them. A man who does not care about the woman cannot get the best of the woman. Show your wife that you care. Don't be the kind of man that go outside and have the best of himself and comes back home and give the woman, is it gora or garu or whatever you call it, So I'm not good in that language. But the bottom line is that you give your wife the worst thing and you get the best out of outside the home, and yet you don't show that you care about her. Be caring, husband. Care starts from the way you take care of your wife, you talk to your wife, you speak to your wife, you touch your wife. You assist your wife in household chores. Show that you care. It's a big thing. Caring husbands are best husbands to their women. But husbands who do not care about their wives, I don't want to use the wrong word here, but honestly, they're not good husbands. Furthermore, you should be responsible. Be a husband that is responsible as far as your marriages are concerned. What do we mean by responsibility anyway? Responsibility means your responsibility to things around you. Ability to choose what you say or how you say it vis-a-vis what goes on around you. Someone insults you, choose what you say. Someone abuses you, choose how you respond. That makes you to be responsible. The man that flares up at every slight impulse, that man may not be a responsible man. Right? So be responsible by selecting how you react to your wife. Fine, your wife is angry. Does it mean you two should be angry? Then the home is going to conflagrate. There's going to be a problem in the house. But best men are those who select what they say and they select how they say it. You don't have to make it tit for tat. Beat me, I beat you. Do me, I do you. God no go vex. God go vex. God go vex. So be responsible as far as the way you respond to things around you at the home front. Furthermore, don't feel threatened with your wife's progress. A lot of men, and that's why we start with humility. Some men are so arrogant, and so because of their arrogance, they are threatened when they see their women making waves, whether in business, in education, in whatever. They go say, hey, women bad though. Men no bad. When you don't sponsor them finish now, they come become your guy. You no bad. You bad too. You too bad. You too bad. But the bottom line is this. Don't feel threatened that when your wife makes success story in her business, in her educational pursuit, in whatever she wants to do, you don't want to support her. You want to just cage her up because you don't want her to sprout and grow in order that she might not be ahead of you. You lied, brother. Unfortunately, God tells us in the Quran that God is the one who shares goodness, upliftment, and benefit, not be you. So the point is that don't feel threatened. She's still your wife. Your wife wants to become a Mr. President. Don't say, no, Mr. President, how may I go be your husband when you be Mr. President? Then you have a problem to deal with here. So be the man that takes charge of your woman regardless of her position outside. And look, if you take good charge of a woman and you're humble to her and yet you still take responsibility over her, a woman will literally worship you for life. But what is bad in the treatment of your wife is when you behave like you're the boss. You have a stainless hand. Your hand when they touch anything in the house. Everything you do, nobody fit talk to you because now you be your guy. Your wife needs your help in the kitchen. You feel men they enter kitchen, and this has to do with the way our minds have been conditioned. You know, unfortunately, we live in a male-centric society where people raise male children. You know, go fit wash plate. You know, go fit cook food. You know, go fit do anything. So the man believes that he's a king. He can't do anything in the house, and that's the way he treats the wife. Sadly. Respected listeners far and near, use soft and subtle means to win the heart and the mind of your wife. It pays. It pays. Dear husbands, use soft and subtle means to win the hearts and the minds of your wife. Except that woman is a devil incarnate. And I want to believe women in the house, sisters in the house, they're not devil incarnate. You know, some of us make them to be devil because of the way you treated them. But if you use soft and subtle approach to win the heart and the mind of your wife, you're going to get the best of her. And I can assure you this, you're going to get the best of her if you use soft approach in getting to her. You're going to get the best of her. So how do we use soft and subtle approach in getting the hearts and the minds of our wives? Play with her. Some people think this bantering and playing is just, they play with your wife, but they play with other women outside. See yourself. You know, they crack joke with your wife. When you talk to your wife, just like we make it so monolithic, you know. You want to buy, okay, with this money for food, this money for school fee, this money for this. Just kind of transactional thing. No. It doesn't work out that way, brother. It doesn't work out that way. Play with your wife. Every kind of play you want to play with your wife. Play together with her. Number 2, eat together with your wife. Feed your wife, let your wife feed you. Don't behave like a chairman in the house that the wife will put food there and disappear. Who born woman make you chop with you? Should you be chairman now? It's not right, man. It's not right. Eat with your wife. Sleep together with your wife. I'm not talking about, conjugal stuff. I say let husband and wife bond together, sleep together in the same bed. It gets you guys closer, right? Go on outing with your wife, right? So go. I'm not even talking about driving out here. I'm talking about just stroll out with your wife, walk out with her. If possible, you have such a place. Bathe with your wife, right? Bathe with your wife. How do you feel your woman washing your body? And your woman just raise up your hand and do all this stuff and she washes you. How do you feel? You feel great, right? How do you feel washing the body of your wife? You bathe your wife bathes you. It's fine. These are some of the soft and subtle means through which you can win the heart and the mind of your wife. And if you do this, then the home front is going to be serene. There will be less discord. When there is less discord at home, the society is going to be better. Furthermore, don't manipulate your wife or deceive her. Many of us manipulate women. We tend to use some shenanigans and all these shortcuts and stuff like this to get women down. I say, hey, excuse me, that's not the right way. That's not the right approach. Don't manipulate your wife by playing on her intelligence. If she doesn't know, the Almighty knows. Don't manipulate your wife or deceive her. Similarly, don't be a wife beater. Responsible men don't beat women. I don't know what you feel about that, but the truth of the matter is that be empathetical about it. If you were in her shoe and your wife, let's assume your wife can beat you, and your wife keeps beating you, you go like him. You go like him. You don't go like him now. So why would you make it a point that you beat your wife like blue and black and you want her to love you and you are beating her? Nah, lie. So there will be conflict perpetuated in the family when you are the wife beater. All the time you beat your wife, you strike her, you smite her. This is not right. No responsible man beats the wife. Furthermore, talking about the other room, you're a married man, give your wife the best of conjugal stuff in the other room. You can't say that every day I don't tire. Every day my back they pay me. Every day today my leg. Yesterday on my back. The other one on my hand. You enter bedroom, they snore, sleep and snore. Your wife they look you. She body na firewood. I been na body na stone. Haba. Give your wife the best in the other room. In terms of conjugal affair, you need to be optimal. It's not just okay, I give her money, I build house for her, I did that, I did this, so what? So what? Give your wife the best at home. And that is one of the responsibilities you have. And when I say give your wife the best, I'm not talking about like a dog. Many men believe that in approaching your wife conjugally, you can just pin her down and do whatever you have to do and leave her there and go like, you missed the point. You missed the point. Send messengers. Have the normal foreplay. Be romantic. Let the experience be intimate. Have intimacy, not just conjugal stuff. When you make it intimate, then you're going to be the best husband. Your wife will cherish you for life. Furthermore, before we go further, I've been hinted we need to open the phone lines now. You want to call while we still continue with the program. You want to call the studio line. You want to ask a question, leave a contribution. Please feel free to call the studio line on 070-7242-6258. 070-7242-6258. We're waiting here as we continue with our discussion. We will really appreciate your insightful comments and contribution as we go ahead with the program.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, Dr. Kodik.
You're welcome, sir. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Nice to hear from you. Shall we meet you, sir?
I can see your voice here.
I beg. Man, no deal. Man, see my hand up, man, no day. Thank you very much, my brother.
You're doing well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
What you have done said, all of you're saying is very true. The ideal. The ideal to be done in the home. I
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
let me just say this. The fact is that it's very much key showing your wife that makes her do what you need to do. It's about what you do.
Okay.
Yes. And a lot of people believe that, yes, when you do all this, these are factors, these are the steps
Yeah.
to have a good job because
Okay.
no marriage is made in heaven. We all build our homes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. But I've come to realize because of study and research that it's only the woman that will make herself happy, not what the man brings.
Hmm.
Because that's what most of the buyers, that's what we should do.
Okay. Okay.
A woman does not, a woman that, an ignorant woman don't care what to do. Like, see your blood. You know that. Not a lot of time. So what I encourage everybody, man and woman, they are married people, for instance, they should just follow suit to what you just say. So I know that after university marketing to 70%.
Yeah.
So we can get 70% of
You don't try. You don't try. Yeah.
and others.
That's true.
You surely get a better home. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Okoye. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. That's a good one from my brother. Thank you so much for the call. We appreciate you. If you still have further calls, please feel free to call the studio line 070-7242-6258. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
It's Ben from Nairobi.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes, in fact, I have listened to your program. You really nice.
Thank you, sir.
What you said is a short TV of truth about married life.
Wow.
But in the fact is this, there are some exceptions. There are some women that are studies.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes.
And they are using the Bible to that sometimes this is doing what we call situational management.
That's true.
You know, too.
Yeah.
So if you know sometimes there are some women that sometimes if you want to live this type of life you are talking, maybe so if you know that the one hand is bringing a problem to you, fuck it up. If you know that the hand is giving you a problem, you block it out. You know, so that if you know that what the thing is, it will bring problem in the house. You know better you do it the other way around. A little bit the right into the toilet.
I don't get you. Too much intimacy. What did you say? What did you just say?
Yes, sometimes there are some women that don't like to discuss much with their husband, and sometimes because of discussing too much with them, there may be more quarrels. It's not true. Sometimes you can limit it. You can limit it.
Okay.
Yes, you can limit it.
Okay.
Yes. So not that what you say, it doesn't work 100%.
Okay.
All this being effort, this is how it's supposed to be.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
sometimes when you know that it's being too intimate, because there's no man on earth who marries a wife that is not like the wife.
That's true.
It's not true.
Absolutely.
Because that particular love you have, people marry that woman, is what the woman has to try to consider. But maybe because of circumstances, circumstances of life, the issues of life.
That's true.
Like, there are some women that these things change. They no longer, no matter how much you try to hate her, will not be happy.
That's true.
That's not true.
That's true.
So the only thing that you use their wisdom, ask God to give you wisdom, so that there's no man that wants quarrel or what has been a fire.
That's true.
There's under no matter circumstances, every man, no responsible man wants his food to be in a disaster.
That's true.
But sometimes things can change. So that if you know that going too close to your wife is very important most of the time, so you just let the distance her, somehow.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the call. I really appreciate it. But let me quickly say this. I listened to you very carefully, the last call. I really appreciate you. I don't see any problem in I can't see you being too close to your wife. Too close? Can you be too kind to your wife? You can't be too close to her. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, but the bottom line is here that getting close to your wife can't be too much. I mean, your wife is part of you. You're part of your wife. You can't be too kind to yourself, can you? So getting close to your wife is, I mean, it's not an anathema. So I think it's just the right thing to do. But, well, granted, you made a point that maybe, I mean, it's variegated, right? Different kind of women, different kind of men. But under normal circumstance, I think the best thing is we got to get close to our wives. We got to get close to our husband. That is the best. That is the best. And I pray that God Almighty will make it easy for you and myself and all of us to just do the right thing at home. For further calls, you might just simply call respected listeners. Let's try to call. If you have questions, comments, or what have you, that's 070, the studio line, 070-7242-6258. While we still continue with the rest of our discourse. Now, the takeoff point where we left before the calls started coming in was that you should avoid unnecessary control over your wife. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello. Good afternoon. Shall we meet you, sir?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, so I'm calling from the side.
Okay.
So honestly, I carefully listen to you, and your on the object